First, we will know some objectives about this unit. Number 1, concept of hormones, or identify the concept of hormone. Number 2, mention some hormones and their function in human body, and the role of hormones inside our body and some diseases or hormones disorder inside our body. Let's start. In first semester we talk about 3 chemical substances which are different from each other. We talk about enzyme and catalyst and hormones. What is the difference between the three concepts? Catalyst, it is a chemical substance that share in the chemical reaction and increase the speed of the chemical reaction. But enzyme, it is a chemical substance that increase the speed of biological reaction inside your body. But now we will talk about hormones. Hormones is a chemical substance but controls and organizes most of the vital activities and functions in the bodies of living organisms. We know that our body consists of many systems as digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, urinary system, nervous system, and we know that urinary system is the main control system of all activities and movement in our body. For example, involuntary movement and voluntary movement can be controlled by nervous system, but there is other gland or organ that control some activities in our body by secretion of chemical substances that are called hormones. So hormones are a chemical substance that control and organize most of the vital activities and the functions in the bodies of living organisms. So we have 2 parts that control our activities. Number 1, nervous system and its function, the main control system, and the other special organ which are called glands that secrete some types of hormones which are chemical substances that control and organize the vital activities and the function. What are the name of these glands? The glands which secrete hormones are called endocrine glands. What is the meaning of endocrine glands? Endocrine glands or endocrine cell secrete hormones. These hormones direct in the blood without passing in ducts. يبقى الendocrine glands are ductless. This means that they have no ducts. They have no parts to store these hormones. Again, endocrine glands are ductless glands as they secrete their hormones directly in the bloodstream without passing in ducts. In front of you, picture. This picture contains endocrine cell or endocrine gland. It secretes hormone and passes it through blood in the blood vessels that reach to target cell. What is the meaning of target cell? It is the cell by which the hormones affect on it. The hormone travels in blood stream to reach to target cell. Again, there are many organs that control the vital operation and the vital function and the activities in our body. These special organs are called endocrine glands. They are ductless glands as they secrete their hormones and put it inside or in blood without passing in ducts. So, the endocrine glands secrete hormones that pass from blood to the target cell. What is the meaning of target cell? Target cell, it is the cell which the hormone affects on it. What about the hormones which are secreted in our body? The endocrine glands secrete about more than 50 hormones in our body. Endocrine glands secrete more than 50 hormones in human body to reach its site, which is called target cell. Again, we know what is the meaning of hormones. First, hormones are chemical substances that control and organize the vital activities in our body and are secreted by a special organ which are called endocrine glands. The endocrine glands secrete more than 50 hormones in human body to reach its site and work on target cell. In front of you, you have a picture of endocrine cell or endocrine glands that secrete hormone, and this hormone pass through blood to reach to, yes, target cell. This target cell has receptor for hormones as indicator. This name means the hormone which effect on this cell to make a reaction for the effect of this hormone. We have one question. Blood is considered the only way of hormones to reach their sites of action. Why? The endocrine gland secrete hormone and pass it through blood to reach to the target cell. So blood is the only way of hormones to reach their sites of action. Why? Because as you see in the picture, target cell is very far from the endocrine gland or endocrine cell, not near to it. So the only way by which the hormones reach to this target cell is blood. The answer of this question, because the cells that the hormones affect are almost located away from endocrine gland that secretes the hormone. So the only way by which the hormone reaches to the target cell is blood. Now we can define target cells. Target cells are the cells that the hormones affect, and they are almost located away from the endocrine gland that secretes the hormone. They are the cells which the hormone affects on them. What are the most important endocrine glands in the human body? There are many endocrine glands in our body. Number 1, pituitary glands. Number 2, thyroid gland. Number 3, 2 adrenal glands. Number 4, pancreas. Number 5, 2 ovaries and 2 testes. We will talk about 5 examples of glands. Pituitary glands, which is found below the brain. Thyroid glands, which is found in front of trachea. 2 adrenal glands, which are found in the top side of kidneys. Pancreas, it is the organ of digestive system. 2 ovaries and 2 testes, they are the reproductive organs in female and male system. Now we will talk about the 4 or 5 glands. Number 1, pituitary glands. Number 2, thyroid. Number 3, 2 adrenal glands. Number 4, pancreas gland. Reproductive glands can be classified into in male 2 testes, in female 2 ovaries gland. Each hormone are secreted by limited amount. This means that each gland in which found in human body secrete hormone by limited amount. When this amount increase or decrease, what will happen? There is hormone disorder. What is the meaning of hormone disorder? Increase or decrease in the secretion of one of the hormones when the endocrine gland that secretes it doesn't act properly. Yes, this means that when the gland is not work as it will increase the amount of hormones or decrease the amount of hormone. This makes or causes hormone disorder. Again, hormone disorder mean increase or decrease of hormones inside human body. We will start with pituitary glands. The pituitary glands or pituitary gland consists of the pituitary gland. It is the main gland in our body. What is the position of pituitary gland? In front of you, the pituitary glands can be magnified as in front of you in the picture. Consists of 2 lobes. Yes. Number 1, description. What is the description of pituitary gland? Pituitary gland is small gland in the size of pea seed. Yes, it looks like pea seeds, and it consists of 2 lobes, right and left lobes. The pituitary gland, it is the first gland and is a very important gland in our body. What is the description of pituitary gland? It is a small gland in the size of pea seed, and it consists of 2 lobes. What is the location of pituitary gland? It is located below the brain, under the brain, as you see in the picture. In previous slide we talked about location of pituitary gland and the description of it. Now we will talk about the importance of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland from the main glands in our body, as it secretes hormones that regulate the activities of most of the other endocrine glands. So pituitary gland has 2 names. One of them is master gland and the other is main gland. So we have one question. Give reason. Pituitary gland is called master gland. Why? Because it secretes hormones that regulate the activities of the most other endocrine glands. As what? Each lobe of the 2 lobes of the pituitary gland secretes group of different hormones. What are these hormones? We have 7 hormones that secreted by pituitary glands. The very important hormone, which is called growth hormone. It is very important as it is responsible for the growth of living organisms, muscles and bones. The second hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. This means that this hormone, which is secreted by pituitary gland, activates thyroid gland to secrete its hormone. Number 3, adrenal gland activating hormone. As we said in second one, this hormone activates the adrenal gland to secrete its hormone. Number 4, mammary glands activating hormone to secrete milk during breastfeeding process. You can understand this hormone from the picture. This means that pituitary gland secrete hormone that activate secretion of milk during breastfeeding process. Number 5, sexual gland activating hormone. This means that there is another hormone that activates the working of testes and ovaries and secrete their hormones. Number 6, hormone regulates the amount of water in our body. This means that it activates kidneys to control or regulates the amount of water inside our body. Number 7, facilitating hormone during delivery. When woman get a birth or get a new employee, this means that pituitary glands secrete hormone to facilitate hormone during delivery or labor. This means that pituitary gland is very important gland because it secretes all of these hormones that activate the other glands. Now we will talk about the very important hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland, which is called growth hormone. Growth hormone is very important hormone which is secreted by pituitary glands. If so, we can classify or can talk about the function of pituitary gland. Number 1, secrete growth hormone that controls the speed rate of growth of your muscles, bones, and other organs of your body. Secrete hormone activates the thyroid. Secretes hormone activate to adrenal glands. Activate the sexual glands. Secretes hormone activate the mammary glands to secrete milk. Now we will talk about the very important hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland, growth hormone. What is the importance of growth hormone? As you see in the picture, it controls the speed of growth rate of the body muscles, bones, and the other organs to increase the volume of the bones inside our body. So it determines the height that the person will reach when he becomes fully grown. What is the function of growth hormone? Controls the speed of growth rate of the body muscles, bones, and the other organs. What happens when growth hormone is secreted by great amount or a small amount? It causes hormone disorder. Hormone disorder can be classified into 2 diseases. What will happen by number 1? Yes, decreasing the amount of growth hormone. It causes dwarfism. Number 2, what happens when increasing the secretion of growth hormone? It causes gignetism. What is the difference between dwarfism and gignetism? Dwarfism, as you see in the picture, this means that the person is too short, very short person. This means that its height may be 1 meter or less than 1 meter. What is the reason of dwarfism? Decrease in the secretion of the growth hormone at childhood. This means that the person or the old person has no amount of growth hormone. Growth hormone is secreted during childhood. When this amount decreases, what will happen? It causes dwarfism diseases. What is the features of disorder? The body stops growing, so the person becomes dwarf. يبقى in front of you there is a two picture. This person is called dwarf. What is the meaning of dwarf? Yes, its length is very short. Dwarf. And the second picture, the two persons are dwarf. Gignetism. What is the meaning of it? Gignetism means the height or the height of the person more than 2 meters. What is the reason of gignetism? Increase in the secretion of the growth hormone at the childhood. Increasing the secretion causes gignetism, and the person has continuous growth in the limbs bones, so the person becomes genet. Genet, the meaning or the description of the person that suffer from increasing the amount of secretion of growth hormone. So we will talk about the second gland, which is called thyroid gland. In previous part of this lesson we talk about the very important gland, which is called pituitary gland, but now we will talk about thyroid gland. It's another pay attention with me. Thyroid gland, what is the description of it? It consists of two lobes as pituitary gland. Okay, what is the difference between them? It's two lobes in this case of thyroid gland linked together. This means that it has linked part type by a small part. What is the shape of thyroid gland? It looks like butterfly. What is the location of it? It is located in front surface of the neck on the both sides of trachea. يبقى location is located in front surface of the neck on both sides of trachea. يبقى in this gland we talked about two parts. Description number 1, location number 2. Description, it consists of two lobes, but it is different from a pituitary gland as it linked together by a small part. The shape of pituitary gland is pea seeds, but the shape of thyroid gland butterfly. In front of you the picture of thyroid gland. Now we will talk about the secretion or importance type secretion. It secretes two hormones. One of them is thyroxine, number 2 calcitonin. Type, what is the difference between the function of the two hormones? Even number 1 thyroxine, number 2 calcitonin. What is the function of each hormone? Thyroxine hormone plays a main role in food assimilation process. This means that it is necessary for producing energy from digested food. So when the hormone disorder happens in this hormone, the human suffer from sickness and be sleep for a long period of time. So as they have no energy for doing any activities during the day or during night. Again, يبقى thyroxine hormone plays a main role in food assimilation processes in the body to get energy needed for doing any activities. الكالسيتونين hormone controls the level of calcium in the blood. This means that thyroid gland is very important gland as it secretes two different types of hormones. Number 1, thyroid. Number 2, calcitonin. What are the diseases resulted from thyroxine hormone disorder in human body? We know that a hormone disorder can be caused by decreasing or increasing the amount of hormones inside our body. This means that thyroid gland causes two diseases. Number 1, simple goiter. Number 2, exophthalmic goiter. Exophthalmic goiter. We have two diseases caused by hormone disorder or thyroxine hormone disorder. Number 1, simple goiter. Number 2, exophthalmic goiter. What is the difference between the two diseases? Simple goiter. As you see in front of you, this women suffer from simple goiter. How can we know? Number 1, the reason. Decrease in the secretion of thyroxine hormone due to the lack of iodine. Why a lack of iodine causes simple goiter? Because iodine used to form thyroxine glands. From a decrease in the secretion of thyroxine hormone due to the lack of iodine from food as it enters in the hormone's structure. What is the element that is responsible for formation of thyroxine? Is iodine. What is the symptoms of the disease? Symptoms of this disease: enlargement of thyroid gland and the neck. As you see, enlargement of the thyroid gland and the neck. The second disease, which is caused by increasing the amount of thyroxine gland, is called exophthalmic goiter. Exophthalmic goiter, it is the second type of goiter that caused by the increasing of secretion of thyroxine hormone in large amount. What will happen? What is the symptoms of this disease? Number 1, enlargement of thyroid gland accompanied by loss of weight, tension, and exophthalmosis. Now we will talk about some question in this part. يبقى احنا اتكلمنا النهارده على two glands بس اللي هم البيوتيتري glands وعندنا الثايرويد glands. And we will talk about some question in this part. Mentions the scientific term chemical message that controls and regulates the activities and function of the most of the body organs. What is this chemical message or chemical substance? أشوف إجاباتكم. طيب الإجابة هنا هرمون. يبقى the chemical message that controls and regulates the activities and the function of most of the body organ. Hormone. Organs secreting hormones in human body is endocrine glands. يبقى endocrine glands are organs secreting hormones in the human body. Number 3, The result when one of endocrine glands doesn't work properly is called, yes, hormone disorder. Another question. Complete the following sentences. Dwarfism is a disease caused by decrease of secretion of what? Dwarfism is disease caused by the decrease of secretion of growth hormone. Put yes in front of the correct statements and correct the underlined in the false one. Thyroid glands or thyroid secretes hormone that organize development. يبقى thyroid secretes hormone that organize the growth and the development of sexual organs in human body. Thyroid gland, طبعا thyroid underlined word. This statement is wrong. Instead of thyroid, I put pituitary gland. الكالسيتونين hormone controls the levels of both calcium in human body. الكالسيتونين hormone controls the level of both calcium the level of calcium in the human body. Yes, this statement is correct. At the end of this part, we make summary for this lesson. We talked about number 1, what is the meaning of hormones? It is a chemical substance that control and organize the vital operation or vital activities. Number 2, what is the meaning of endocrine glands? They are the glands that secrete hormone and direct them to blood without ducts. And we have some examples of glands. Number 1, pituitary gland.